There was once a man named Samir who lived in a small town with his only son, Bilal. They were poor, but their mornings were always full of laughter. Every day before work and school, they shared breakfast together. One cup of tea, two chairs, and endless stories. Bilal would often say, "Dad, when I grow up, I'll buy you a big car." And Samir would smile and reply, "I don't need a car, son. I just need you to sit beside me every morning." That simple routine was their happiness. But as time passed, things began to change. Bilal grew older, busier, and more distant. He had college, new friends, and a phone that took most of his attention. Samir, however, was still the same, waiting every morning with 2 cups of tea, hoping his son would sit with him again. One day, Bilal rushed out of the house saying, "Dad, I'll eat outside. I'm getting late." Samir looked at the table, where one chair remained empty. That empty chair soon became part of every meal. Samir still cooked for 2, but only 1 plate was ever touched. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Bilal rarely came home before night, and the man who once laughed every morning now sat in silence beside that empty chair. One rainy evening, Samir sat alone, coughing softly. He looked at his son's childhood photo and whispered, "How fast children grow and how slowly parents fade." Outside, thunder rolled across the dark sky. Inside, a father's heart ached for one more meal with his son. Years passed. Bilal finished college and moved to the city. He rarely called, thinking his father would always be there, waiting. But one day, he received a phone call that froze his world. His father was in the hospital. Bilal ran as fast as he could. When he reached the hospital, he saw Samir lying weak on the bed, smiling faintly. "Dad," Bilal said, holding his hand, "I came as soon as I heard." Samir looked at him and whispered, "You finally remembered the road back home." Bilal's eyes filled with tears. "Don't say that, Dad. I missed you every day." Samir smiled softly. "Then why did you never come?" "I kept your chair ready every morning." Tears rolled down Bilal's cheeks as he held his father's hand tightly. Samir whispered again, with his last bit of strength, "When I'm gone, promise me one thing, my son. Never leave that chair empty for someone who loves you." And with a peaceful smile, he closed his eyes forever. Months later, Bilal returned to his father's old workshop. He sat beside that same chair, the one his father had kept for him. He repaired it, polished it, and placed it in the center of the room. From that day on, Bilal began feeding poor children there every morning. He served breakfast for those who had no one to sit beside them. And beside them, he always kept that empty chair. "Dad," he whispered one morning, "the chair is never empty now. Spend time with those who love you before time takes them away."